Our guest is still Comrade Ayodele Adewale, and the point that we went away on was coming from a phone in, and he was saying what the coupists themselves have said, that look, nobody's listening to our side of the story. The gentleman who called in has said that look, but this is a problem when things begin to go wrong. So let me just say again what he already knows, which is that there's absolutely no way that Ecowas, the body that it is, will condone a removal of an elected government, without, if it is not at the polls. So by all means, if you're dissatisfied with a leader, seems to be the wisdom that Ecowas is promoting, go ahead and vote him out, not point a gun at him, vote him out. That's the position. And I beg your pardon, we also have someone in from Taraba. Who do I have in from Taraba? Is it Mr. Yusuf?
This is Yusuf from Taraba.
Good morning to you, sir. Go right ahead.
Good morning, Uncle Yori.
Good morning, sir. Go ahead, please.
You see, actually, everybody condemned this military junta. To be sincere, it's not fair. It's not even good to what we are facing now. But you see, Niger is our brother. We cannot fight them like that. But this issue of military coup should not be allowed, should be discouraged in Africa. Africa is growing. Africa is one of the leading rule. Africa is one of the leading rule. Honestly, they should find other way. These people should be genuinely discussed with the Ecowas. They should genuinely discuss with the Ecowas and make sure the democracy return to the normalcy. We don't want that. Everybody should condemn in totality. In totality, they should be condemned. Okay. Thank you, Uncle Yori.
Okay, thank you very much for calling in. Appreciate you. Now, comrade, people are saying me, comrade Ayodele Adewale.
I'm listening. Okay.
To you. You heard that kind of a comment. What do you say? Because you see, there's a sense in which people are introducing, they are close to us, Nigerians are close to us, there are brothers and all of that. But other people are saying, sorry, we appreciate all of that, and indeed it is. But let's not be sentimental about this thing. You can't go against a constituted order. To allow that would be to open the floodgates, and before we know where we are, we won't have constitutional order anymore. That is the position of ECOWAS. So when people now begin to come up with the kind of sentiments that we are hearing, which the coup leaders themselves said, it's been reported that ECOWAS didn't listen to our side of the story. Well, because you can't point a gun at someone and then ask that your side of the story be listened to in a democracy. I think that's what you've been saying, comrade, and what other Democrats have also been saying.
Well, for those who opine on such a narrative, they lack some certain understanding. You see, when you have a military intervention, rights are suspended, especially freedom of speech, press freedom, and sometimes economic freedom is suspended.
The whole constitution.
And, whatever that is put is suspended. So whatever that is put in place, or that they will put in place, will be a figment of thought of very few people that have arms and ammunition at their own advantage. And this can also lead to fragmenting the whole state. Because from an enclave, some people can also stand up. Like you see in Libya, they will stand up and they say they disagree with whatever those coupists are doing. And before you know, a civil war can break out. And the whole country is turned into turmoil. These are things that can, germinate from such exercise. But when you have a democratic system in place, there is always a cycle where people have the opportunity to choose their elected representation. And by doing this, you actually put those who you want. Even if you still have some bad eggs in the system, it doesn't mean that the whole of the system will be full of bad eggs, as the case is. And I always tell people that the leadership comes from the followership. And if the followership are determined to choose their leader, there's no power that can stop them from choosing the right leadership that they deserve. So all we need to do is to protect this democratic system to the extent that there will not be any undue forces coming to derail it. And I give an example from Turkey. If you remember just recently, when some people in military ideology and whatnot try to take the country, the people of Turkey rose up and chased them. That was the first time I would see it. I was just watching it on CNN. They chased them out. These people even took fighter jets to attack the parliament, but the people stood up and resisted them. And that is how it should be. Power belongs to the people after God. So I think people should try to understand the extent that things will take if you allow military juntas to take power.
Mohammed in Wari wants to join the conversation. Good morning to you, sir.
My view over these people, Wari, they are not different from bandits. Yes.
I can hear you. Please continue.
Yes. My view is that those people, they are not different from bandits. How can they overthrow a democratic elected government and hijack the president in Villa? Yes, they are bandits. In fact, even the bandits are better than them because what they did is treason. We don't have any issue in Niger. In fact, people are even applauding the Bazoum government. There are a lot of development going there. And we've been yearning for democracy all over Africa. And we should not allow this thing to stay. I think the president should do everything possible to make sure these people are kicked out of this place. That's the only way that will send a signal to the rest of the coupies around the African country.
Indeed.
We need peace. If they really love that country in the first place, they shouldn't have dragged this country to this mess. The man there, all what he wants to be president, retire and go and contest an election. You are free. There is space there. Nobody said that. He should just pull down the uniform and go and contest for an election.
Indeed. Thank you very much.
We can't continue like this.
Oh.
I wonder if people are complaining.
Okay. Thank you very much. That's an emphatic no from that caller that there must be order. There has to be order. Comrade, you can see it. It's coming, quite frankly, thick and fast. This whole, people are concerned because that whole, you look at the map, there's a whole band of countries. It's coming to look a bit like a domino effect. And people just need to know that Ecowas is not going to allow it. The body that for economic and political integrity in our region is not going to stand for it. Neither is the United Nations, neither is the African Union. In fact, just about everywhere, nobody will stand for it. And that's a message that is being put across to them. And they have been, at least by the time the last delegation has come back with the idea that they are indeed willing to talk, that is encouraging, except for the fact that we are now hearing that they also have their own charges. But it still goes back to what we said before. Without prejudice to what they say, there is a particular recommended route, and that is the democratic route. You can't take a person out, and I don't think ECOWAS is going to budge on that. But then the next thing, comrade, might be, and this might be a bit technical, how we're going to go from here. They've arrested the president, the legitimately elected president, put him under house arrest. Now Nigeria and all the other countries in ECOWAS is insistent on the fact that you shall reverse that situation, please, and we shall go back to the way it was. And then if people, not that that was added, but it's implied, if people feel that way, wait for the polls, wait for the elections, and then you tell him to go in a way where the whole world will support if indeed he says he's not going to go. We've seen that before. So these are the things that, I don't know, comrade, how are we going to come back from this? Let us take the more optimistic one. That is to say that that is the coupists, are now willing to talk. For the moment, let me just sort of edit out that last bit about they're now saying that they have evidence with which to try the president for high treason. Let us forget that for the moment, even though they've added it. How does it now go? Do we have to work out a timetable kind of a thing? I don't know. Do you have any thoughts, any ideas? Because I imagine all the diplomats and all of that will get in on it. But initially, do you have any thoughts on the whole idea?
Well, the recent development that you just mentioned does not hold water. They can come up with any trump-up charges in order to prove their point. It doesn't hold water. What should happen is that everybody go back to status quo. The status quo is that Bazoum is the president of Niger. They should restore democratic order and start seeking for clemency or leniency as economics. Because what they've done is simply a crime against Niger. In fact, they are the ones that should be held for wrongdoing. You should hold them for wrongdoing because you cannot on your own singularly sack the constitution or sack a government that has been elected by the people, either wrongly or rightly.
Now,
whatever it is,
yes.
The Nigerian people, whatever it is, the Nigerian people have structures of correcting whatever wrongs that have happened in their space. The parliament is there, the judiciary is there. They could have explored all of these integrals of government to seek redress for whatever they feel is out of place in government there. Not to carry guns and put in the heads of people and say surrender power.
So I don't know, we probably have to find within the community, Ecowas, we have to find a sort of a way for these people to exit, and that is the part that I said is going to be down to negotiation. We've seen it before in one country. I believe it was it Ouagadougou, the person who was deposed there, that he's in Togo now. I think it was negotiated. So we have to negotiate that.
I think it was in Guinea. I think it was in Guinea also.
Yes.
They negotiated it out and restored.
Yes. So those are ideas that might be explored. Larry in Abuja, sorry for keeping you waiting. Good morning.
Thank you. Good morning, sir.
Thank you for calling in, sir.
Everything.
Very well. Thank you very much.
Yeah. My contribution to this issue is that. Good morning, Gloria. How are you? Yeah, please. My own contribution concerning this matter is that what is bad is bad. There's no two way about it. If the culprits want to effect any change in their country, he should resign as a military man. Come and contest. Other than using force to remove the president, and some people are emotional about it. That look, I support that Ecowas should do whatever they can to ensure that this man is removed from power. If you want to correct certain things he's talking about, let him go, let him resign, and go ahead and contest election. Not by using gun to overthrow government and talking all manner of what is not expected. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Larry in Abuja, and also for holding on for a bit there. So, as we say, there's only one position on the table here. Ecowas stated it from day one. In fact, there were those, comrade, you recall, who were saying that perhaps there might have been an incremental revealing of, what the points were. But, the chairman of Ecowas, President Tinubu of Nigeria, had said that all of those options, not excluding the use of force, and after that, they had actually signaled the ECOWAS force to be in standby mode, just in case it was needed. But beyond that point, after that point, President Tinubu of Nigeria is still sending emissaries, over there. So it shows clearly that that is not his preferred option. His preferred option is not the use of force, and he's hoping that that can be averted. Otherwise, all sorts of people are coming into this conversation. Or is it conversation? Intervention. It doesn't matter. Muslims and Christians, all of them are coming into it, and that's as should be. So people just need to know it is true that some people are introducing other aspects, sentiments, but as in a court of law, you can't introduce sentiments. The facts are the facts. And I think you are saying that Nigeria should not budge.
Well, people must be able to differentiate the president away from Adewale Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Adewale Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the president of Nigeria. Nigeria has signed a treaty with member nations in Ecowas to take some certain actions when issues like this arise. And I take it back to the June 12th. I was fortunate to have sat with Chief Enaro at a particular discussion. And I asked him that when the military junta Abacha took power, why did you guys go for armed struggle and all of that? And he smiled. And he said when they brought the issue before to them, he said no, that he preferred to continue to engage as a Democrat. And that was why he continued to engage and always sue for peace. That's why he was part of those leaders that were always with him. Okay. And they continue to engage, worldwide, discussing and all of those things. They don't believe in going for military action or what have you. But in this case, it's a different scenario. It's the president of Nigeria that Nigeria itself has signed a treaty, you understand, with Ecowas. So he cannot express his will now. He can only express the will of Nigeria as a nation. And that is why he even went to the parliament.
Exactly.
And he's sending emissaries down there that let us embrace peace. Indeed. Let us embrace other areas of resolving this matter.
All right. One moment, sir. Idris in Lekki, good morning to you, sir, and thank you for holding on.
Hello, Uncle Yori. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Idris. Go ahead, please.
Okay. First and foremost, I want to thank you for the good job you guys are doing.
Thank you.
I am from Niger Republic. I'm based in Nigeria here.
All right.
You see, Uncle Yori, the problem is this. Those who don't know what is happening in Niger, they are saying something that they're not supposed to say it without knowing the facts. Are you getting me? I'm not happy that the military take over. You understand? But believe me, we as Nigerians, we are happy about what is happening in that country right now. Because those who wear the shoe know where is pinching them. Are you getting me? You see, what ECOWAS need to do is this. It's not by forcing Nigerians to do what they don't want. It's look where the problem is. What if they bring this coup d'etat into this Africa now? You understand? The issue is without fixing the issue, this thing will keep happening. There's no doubt about it. You understand?
Yes.
And secondly, the way they are saying the Nigerian soldiers were saying they have evidence, are they very, very sure that they have evidence? Which is this evidence where they have now? Nobody is going to support them to bring the fact out, because if they bring this evidence out, it's going to affect other countries. Let's say all these United States, UAE, and France, especially France. Everything that is happening between Niger, Mali, terrorists, France is the one that is supporting it. I'm telling you the truth.
All right, then.
Mali,
yes.
The evidence
and, there's this sentiment in Africa right now, especially in the west of Africa, that they want France out. And so we thank you very, very much, Mr. Idris in Lekki. Actually, it was, I'm happy that we could speak to a Nigerian, and, you've expressed yourself. But still, honorable, comrade, you heard a Nigerian national speak there. And so in concluding, I don't imagine that it's going to vary your position very much.
No, no. Like I told you, that whatever the military guys there are throwing up, it's not a resolution of the people. You understand? It's just a position that they have taken. The Nigerians have not met. Or not for I don't take that position. So whatever they say should be taken with a pinch of salt.
Because Idris was saying that if you were in Niger yourself, he being a Nigerian, you would understand the sympathy that some have for it. But without prejudice, it needs to also be said that there are those within Niger who are not for the coup. So just as in Nigeria or in any other country, there will be pros and cons of all of these actions. But the pros right now of, be firm on this is with Ecowas, that President Tinubu is the chairman of. But everybody in Ecowas is in agreement that we cannot allow this to happen. We've got to find a way to reverse this situation, no matter how difficult it is. But then again, President Tinubu is your man, because I think he has said, if I'm not mistaken, when he was being inaugurated as the chairman of ECOWAS, that the democracy can be difficult at times, but there is absolutely no alternative to it. Well, Comrade Ayodele Adewale, I want to thank you very much for making time for us this morning to have this conversation. Thank you very much. We always appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
All right.
Thank you for having me.
Indeed. So that's our program today. Please join us tomorrow for a fresh edition. I am Yori Folarin. Bye-bye for now.